Okay. Hi, Christina and Alex. Hi, Noelle. Hi, Sylvia. Yes, so welcome to the Tea Tuesday from Sedona. Pamela's new. Pamela says, I'm new and I'm loving all the teas I've tried. I'm joining in from the Boston area. Welcome. Noelle, yes, the kanzai. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make my tea now. This is the matcha kanzai I'm making. And I bought something really cool here in Sedona. This is a cup by a potter named Mary Margaret. She's been doing pottery for 53 years. She's this little woman, and no two pieces are ever alike. So I'm very excited. So I'm going to take my scoop and I'm going to give myself a nice big scoop. Sorry, you can't. Oh, geez, not that big. Oh my God, I'll never sleep again. Okay. Okay, so I'm my matcha kanzai. I have been waiting for this all day. I didn't have it this morning. Okay, so this is the new tea whisk for the matcha. That is custom made for us, and we have them on the site now. And they have our logo etched into them. Isn't that pretty? Good. Okay, so I'm going to. This is the whisk I'm going to make. Oh, not Siri. Siri thought I called her. Siri thought I called her. So I'm going to whisk my matcha. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to show you guys the view. Okay. All right. Hi, Serafina. Okay, so there's the new whisk. And these are hand cut from one piece of bamboo by artisans. And Rita is our sales manager who designed these for us with us in the beautiful little thing. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Okay. All right. Everybody bring your cup to your heart. Everybody take a beautiful breath into your heart space. And as you breathe into your heart, allow it to expand into your cup. Fill the heart, which is your soul's cup, and exhale all the stresses, all the little hooks, all the little stuff from the day. Okay. Now for the second heart breath. Big, big, big heart breath. See if you can expand it. Expand your heart energy, that luscious green heart energy. Expand it, expand it, expand it, expand it. See if you can get it to fill the space, the room around you. Fill your partner, anybody around you. Feel their energy filled with green love energy. And exhale. And as you take your third big heart breath, breathe into your heart and see if you can envision your green heart energy expanding to encompass the entire area where you live, all the people out voting, all the sincere poll workers, all the volunteers, all the people doing their most sincere job of allowing democracy and allowing our voices to be heard. And exhale. As we center into our cup, we bring ourselves into our senses. First, we will ask ourselves, what do we see? What do we see? I'm going to take you and show you what I see right now. Okay, what do I see? I think you'll be able to see the mountains here in Sedona. Beautiful. What do I see? Mountains in Sedona. What do I see? And you can ask yourself, what do I hear? What do I hear? And listen. Understand listening versus hearing. Listen and hear. Then ask yourself, what do I feel? Sensation, sensation, sensation in the skin. What do I feel? I am here, right? You are here. You are right here in this body. What a miracle. Totally. And then you can ask yourself, what do I smell? And bring your cup to your nose. What do I smell? And then from here, you can ask yourself, what do I taste? What do I taste? I love this tea. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Are we all centered? So those of you who did the 2-week tea cleanse with me, how have you been? How have you been feeling? I've been feeling so much more grounded and so much more in my body. And oh, wonderful, beautiful. Noelle tastes the emerald velvet. Beautiful. Oh, good, Candy. Gorgeous. Good. Lisa's experiencing more energy after the cleanse, a lot less stressed, Rebecca says, taking time for herself. Yay. Sylvia has more peace and acceptance. Michelle, much more energetic than I have in a long time. So glad. Oh, so many blessings. Cynthia wrote, I lost 3 pounds and not as anxious as I had been, very centered and more energy. Karen's much more grounded. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, Melissa, making big changes and still no soda, making goals and plans. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, we'll be doing another cleanse in the spring, but today I want to talk to you about the power of joy and healing. I have been here studying a lot while in Sedona, and found the place to open our Sedona Magic Hour Tea Salon. And the woman who runs the shopping center that I chose, it's at Tlaquepaque. It's amazing. They don't have an opening right now, but she and I are committed to creating, when there is an opening, that it will hopefully be magic hours. So it is the most beautiful place. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram, you can see videos of the flamenco last night. It was incredible. So a local teacher was Torquam Saradarian. And I've been spending a lot of time in spiritual bookstores that have older vintage spirituality books. I collect them, and I love the older, most like the teachers that are a little less easy to find, a little less mainstream. But this I found to be so good, because what do I teach? I teach about joy, and this book is about joy and healing. So I've almost gotten through this book just in the last day. And I wanted to talk about joy and healing, and a little bit of inspiration so that you may create a joy plan and create more joy in your life, because the healing will become more naturally through joy. And he has some really nice, succinct, simple ways of how to generate more joy and how to add how to create more joy in your life for healing your body and healing relationships. So, of course, we're not shocked that when you serve others selflessly, it increases joy. So in serving a cup of tea to somebody with love, we will increase our own joy. In helping our lover or mate or a colleague or a friend or a child or a parent or a neighbor, in helping that person selflessly, we create more joy, which expands time for us and expands the vibration of that which we want to create more of in our lives, which is joy, right? So happiness is one thing. Happiness is received when you receive something, okay? So say somebody gives you a gift and you feel happy, okay? So that's happiness, and that's 1 degree toward, it's a couple degrees away from joy. Joy is that feeling you get that is deeper. I call it the wiser older cousin of happiness. Joy has been around the block a few times. Joy has a little bit of the shadow inside. Joy had to make a little bit of sacrifice in order to achieve itself. Joy is a wiser older cousin of happiness, and so that is from sacrifice, from giving of self, selflessly. That is joy. This is out of print, Candace, but so I think it was very expensive. This was $25. and it was wrapped up, so I couldn't read it to see if I liked it, but I'm glad I liked it. Okay, so let us go into a couple of the things that he is saying, which I highlighted for you. The first way that you can increase your joy and bliss is to do sacrificial service for others. The greatest sacrificial people, such as Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Confucius, and Lao Tzu, always suffered. But they were at the same time joyful. What was their secret? Through sacrificial service, they released the inner core and flooded their systems with the energies of that inner core, the inner self, the inner divinity, the inner source of creativity. So what he speaks of is this inner core that opens the floodgates, and I see that as the heart and the soul. And so our heart opens when we give. Our heart opens when we serve ourselves through self-love, T, but it also serves. I'm sorry, I have to turn off. I have to turn off Siri because she's killing me here. Let's see. Siri, please turn off. Okay, well, I guess this is going to be a thing. So when you release through sacrifice, when you give to someone else, you open up the floodgates of joy, which is the center, which is the heart. So the second way you can increase joy is striving toward beauty. Striving toward beauty is a state of consciousness, a state of awareness, and a state of appreciation and enjoyment of beauty that starts releasing the joy within you. So we look at tea ceremony as releasing joy as well, because the vessel with which we sip our tea, the environment with which we created during the cleanse, we created a tea altar, a space that was sacred for us to have tea. We created beauty, right? So striving to see the beauty in all things, striving to create beauty also increases our state of joy, which is really an incredible thing. We come to places like Sedona to create and to be surrounded by beauty so that we can increase our joy. So also, the third way is striving towards synthesis. And synthesis is when you take various things and you bring them together in harmony. So for instance, uniting. Okay, so if I were to, when I decided to take spirituality teachings and tea and unite them into Magic Hour, that created a synthesis that created, it's created joy for me every single day. And now, I'm designing jewelry and I'm doing things that I'm just constantly looking at, could we make a tea strainer that's like a jewel? Could we do this? Could we do that? And so that creates joy because we're synthesizing various parts of beingness, of being existent into one, and that is a form of creation. Our imagination is that which we create from, and imagination, as my 10-year-old Mia will tell you, is everything. And so what you can imagine, you can create. And so if we are imagining what we can do with our talents, our various talents, say you have an artistic bent toward pottery, or you have an artistic talent toward writing, and how can you bring things together with other parts of yourself? How can you unify your brain, the left and the right brain? So the left and the right brain are also brought together through L-theanine, which is the amino acid, which is the basis in tea. So that also creates joy. So every morning when I wake up, I make my bohemian breakfast, and then I switch into the ceremonial matcha, and I feel a state of bliss and joy. And that's because I'm synthesizing through the amino acid, and through the ceremony of tea, I'm synthesizing both parts of the brain. So it's a really powerful way for us to create more joy in our lives. So to synthesize means to compose a symphony with many hundreds of notes. You bring the notes together in such a way that the sound is symphonic, synthesized. Synthesis leads you into joy. Separatism leads you into unhappiness. I thought that was a good quote to talk about today, as hopefully we will be able to find more peace and joy and togetherness now that the election will be ending. And hopefully we will be able to love and accept our neighbors, love and accept anyone who voted differently than us. And I have a story about that, which the other night we were, I'm here in Arizona, which is a more conservative state than California, where I live. And the other night we were in a restaurant, and sitting socially distanced away from us was a man who was talking to the bartender about how he had to close his business due to COVID. And he was very obviously anti, he really thought that COVID was a farce, and he was really upset about it. And, I just said to him, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your business. I bet that's so sad for you." And he said, "Yeah, it was a karaoke bar, and I brought so many people together, and we had so much fun, and it was really about togetherness." And so I didn't go into politics with him. I asked him what was the value that was behind his business, what made him sad to lose. And it was about he missed his community. He missed the togetherness of them. So we can always synthesize, any type of unification, any type of peaceful energy together with somebody else who might be from a differing mindset, or who might be from a different background, or who's somebody that we might have seen a division with in the past. So when we look at how to synthesize, how do we synthesize our relationships as well? How do we unify ourselves with others? How do we create more peace and togetherness and harmony with others? Okay. Did you hear that? Siri says I'm on it. I can't turn it off. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, still trying to synthesize things. Okay. So the 7 qualities of joy, and then I will open it up to questions and reflections. I am not doing a reading tonight. I wanted to focus on this because I'm sure we're all going to be waiting for the election results to come in. So the 7 qualities of joy. Number 1, joy is a regenerative energy. It regenerates your whole physical, emotional, and mental system. When you feel a little weak, start thinking about joy, and you will see what will happen. What brings you joy, right? Is it a pet? Is it a lover? Is it a friend? Is it a child? Is it an activity, an art? What brings you joy? And that will regenerate you. Number 2, joy is a purifying energy. It purifies your mind, emotions, and your body. Have you noticed that people often gossip when, sorry, I'm in a hotel. Have you noticed that people often gossip when they are depressed, negative, or unhealthy, or when they have complications in their lives? I have never seen a joyful person who gossips. When people are joyful, they do not want to hear gossip. They always say to the gossiper, "It is not a problem. I love him." An elevated state of consciousness does not like to hear gossip. So that's great too. 3, joy disperses your cloudy mental, emotional, and physical atmosphere. It disperses your worries, anxieties, grief, greed, and so on. Just as the sun disperses the clouds and you have a sunny day, the inner sun, the inner divinity within you, whose nature is bliss, disperses the clouds. So generating joy disperses emotional cloudiness. 4, the teaching of the ageless wisdom brings joy to people because it pulls out their souls from the common life in which they are attached to transient objects of pleasure. So the ancient wisdom is prayer, breathing, Christ consciousness, all the things we focus on here to increase our health and happiness. The mindfulness that comes with tea ceremony is a sacred act, and the sacred act of meditation is an awakening force that will help us to continue. It's getting dark here. I gotta hurry. Okay, so let's see. So joy expands your energy field. How often have you been around a joyful person and you start feeling joy, and then all of a sudden you feel bigger, right? You feel brighter and bigger. So your energy field it expands that, which also expands your ability to influence outcomes. So if you are feeling more joy, then and then you go for a big goal or you go for something, you will most likely succeed because your joy is expansive. And as you are expanding, you are becoming larger to accept and receive more, which is really a beautiful and powerful process. The energy of joy makes things unfold. You can cause unfoldment, development, and expansion in people through joy. Okay. So you can cause expansion in others through your own joy. And I know you've experienced that. And you do that through gratitude and appreciation, because gratitude and appreciation expands your energy field and expands others around you. And joy is a burning energy. It burns impurities. It burns unhealthy habits. It burns the toxins in the body because it releases endorphins. Joy creates more joy, begets more joy. And wow, it is getting dark here. Okay, so tea by candlelight. So we will be going more and more into joy as we in the next as we move through. We're in the month of giving and gratitude with the giving box. So this month's box is a box that plants 20 moringa trees, and moringa is the tea that we created for this month's box. So let us ask some questions, have reflections, and then I'm going to probably have to go because it's going to be so dark you won't even be able to see me. And so here we are. Oh, hi, Vina. Wonderful. Okay, so let us pray for Carrie. Oh, Jennifer. Okay, we're late. Tonight is, if you're new, I usually do a reading and then I do a tarot reading for the group and I'll do a journal process. But tonight, because it's getting dark so fast, it's an hour later here in Arizona, I am reading from a book I found in a vintage spirituality store here, a old used bookstore, and it's from Torkom Saradarian, Joy and Healing. So we focus a lot in our mindfulness practices on the power of joy and how to create a joyful vibration so that we can create more love and opportunity and have more health in our lives. Okay, so are there any, Jean says, finding and being with people who may think or live differently, just the act of asking about themselves and listening with heart, openness, and curiosity. Absolutely. And that is a synthesis, right? So synthesizing creates more joy. And that is a powerful force. I love that. Oh, that's a good one. Sympathize to synthesize. Wonderful. Oh, good. Charlie, you got the box. Okay. So I am going dark here, and this is going to be the shortest tea ceremony we've ever done. So what I want you, oh, you're welcome, Angel. So I am going to be in Sedona till Saturday. We are looking for, well, we found where we're going to have Magic Hour Sedona, our second location. We are growing our company consciously and with a lot of love, and we'll be looking for locations in magical places all over the world so that we may increase the light and the peace in our world, and so that we may increase the joy through mindful tea ceremony and increase the health and healing of communities all over the place. Oh, Larissa, I love Dallas, girl. I'm there all the time, and I will definitely be coming to Dallas. I'll be there actually in a couple weeks. So I love Dallas, and Seattle, definitely. So we are going to, Candace, no, not, these are one-of-a-kind cups. But anyway, let me close because I don't even think you guys can see me anymore. Okay. Sending each of you, no matter what happens tonight, remember what increases joy, synthesizing, right? Listening to others, bringing disparate parts of self together to form a whole. Okay. Creating beauty, right? Creating beauty around you and for others, and selfless service, sacrificing a part of yourself to give to other so that they may have a more beautiful life. Appreciation increases joy. Finding something to appreciate about yourself and others, finding something to appreciate in the moment. And as the election results come in, just know this: no matter what happens, We are all one. The whole illusion that we're separate is not real. That is an absolute illusion that was created, and I don't know why it was created. It's just the nature of humanity to create separateness, but it is an illusion. We are one with every single person, no matter how they vote. And only through our love and our generous spirits will we be able to bridge all of the divides and conquer any hate that is perpetuated through hate speech or any disowning of commonality. We are a people, we are all humans, we are all sharing this planet Earth, we are all precious in our breath, we are all sacred in our journeys. And with that, I send you all out to have a beautiful night, and you can no longer see me. And I love you all, and I will see you next Tuesday, and I will have the lights on. Okay, have a great night, everyone. Okay, and with that, mwah, I love you. Go out, be happy, create joy, serve others. Love you. Bye.